Once upon a time, in a small and quirky town named Berryville, there lived a guy named Max. Max was known for his wild and eccentric adventures, but this particular night would be one for the books. It was a moonlit night, and Max found himself tossing and turning in his bed. He had been dealing with a case of extreme thirst and restlessness for days. What made matters worse was a rumor that a rare case of rabies had spread through the town, causing paranoia to spread like wildfire. Max's imagination ran wild, and he was convinced that he was showing the early signs of rabies, which explained his thirst and insomnia. Unable to take it any longer, Max sprang out of bed and decided to venture into his kitchen. As he opened the refrigerator, his eyes fell upon the most luscious, plump, and juicy strawberry he had ever seen. It was as if the strawberry was calling out to him, promising to quench his thirst and ease his troubles. But in his sleep-deprived and rabies-fueled state, Max's mind twisted the situation into something bizarre. With a mix of desperation and determination, Max grabbed the strawberry and held it up to his face, eyeing it suspiciously. "You think you can cure me, huh?" he muttered to the strawberry. As he stared at it, the lines between reality and his fevered imagination began to blur. The strawberry seemed to grow larger, its tiny seeds transforming into menacing eyes, and its stem twisting into an arm-like appendage. Max's sleep-deprived mind interpreted the strawberry as a threat, a manifestation of his rabies-fueled fears. Without thinking, he balled his fist and declared, "If you're trying to mess with me, strawberry, you've got another thing coming." And so, the epic battle began. Max threw punches at the strawberry, ducking and weaving as if engaged in a fierce boxing match. The strawberry fought back with its leafy arm, attempting to slap Max in retaliation. The kitchen turned into an arena of absurdity, with Max and the strawberry engaged in a showdown that defied all logic. As the minutes ticked by, exhaustion finally caught up with Max. His wild swings began to slow down, and his punches turned into feeble jabs. Meanwhile, the strawberry seemed to tire as well, its attacks growing less vigorous. Eventually, Max's energy was completely depleted, and he collapsed onto the kitchen floor, breathing heavily and covered in strawberry juice. With the battle over, Max finally allowed himself to laugh. He realized the ridiculousness of the situation and how his lack of sleep had played tricks on his mind. He picked up the once feared strawberry, now just a harmless piece of fruit, and took a big bite. Its sweet juice filled his mouth, and he felt an odd sense of victory, as if he had conquered his own irrational fears. Exhausted and finally feeling a sense of relief, Max cleaned up the strawberry mess and returned to his bed. As he lay there, he couldn't help but chuckle at the memory of his bizarre encounter with the strawberry. Eventually, sleep embraced him, carrying him away from the world of wild imaginings and into the realm of restful dreams.